Hello, this is Lisa Moranti. I am the founder of One Tree Love. I am a yoga instructor, educator, as well as a environmental educator and a stewardship shepherd, I guess, if you will. And I'm coming to you this morning from Namaste Yoga Studio. It is a place that's near and dear to my heart. It is where I've been practicing yoga for 16 years now, at various locations that it's been. But we're currently at Northfield on the, what is it, Old Age Road, right at the edge of Macedonia. And I do hope that you'll come visit me here. I normally teach a Friday morning, 7 a.m. We are closed currently, starting this afternoon for the rest of the month, but do hope you'll join me here in April. Also, I teach for ZenWorks Yoga. Currently, we are on break for the next 3 weeks. And so I'm coming to you today on the One Tree Love platform, which I have started to really try to integrate all of my work together. And so I'm so grateful to be here with you. And I'm going to share with you a little sequence that I have done with some of my students in the schools with the ZenWorks program, and infuse it with some of the things that I do here at Namaste, as well as the things that I do outside in nature. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully if you enjoy practicing with me, I'll see you here at Namaste or somewhere in the woods or the water soon. So we're going to give this a go. This is my first time. So grateful to have you here. Namaste. So the first part of our practice is going to be to give ourselves a hug. And so in this time that we're social distancing, and we still are human beings, we still need that embrace. So allow yourself to come to a hug. Take a deep, deep breath in, and as you exhale, give yourself a nice, big, gentle squeeze. Maybe drop your chin to your elbows, to your chest. Take another inhale, begin to notice what elbow is on top, and then inhale, lengthen the arms out long. Take a look up, deep in the inhale, and then exhale, reverse the arm that's on top. Take another big inhale, get tall, and then an exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Take a nice big hug, side out. Another big breath in, reach up and extend long, and then exhale again, give yourself a nice hug. Another inhale in, reverse the cross of the arms, and then exhale, side out. Inhale, open back up. Roll those shoulders around. Feel the head over the heart, over the hips. And then just settle in here for a breath. Empty it out. The next we're going to do is called a butterfly hug. And so for this butterfly hug, you can interlace your thumbs, or you can just simply cross your hands at your forearms. You can bring those wings of your butterfly right to your heart. And as they're here, just settle those palms onto the chest. And then you can begin to think about fluttering your butterfly wings, one wing and then the other. Begin to listen to the sounds of your flapping butterfly. Maybe both wings at one time. Maybe this is a really gentle tap. Perhaps it's one finger and then the other. Again, just noticing which you prefer here. And then we'll let that butterfly hug go. And so just take a moment to feel the difference between your human self hug and your butterfly hug. And the next things that we're going to do are introducing a variety of different modalities that may help us in this time of releasing some of the stress and tension. for helping us to just come back to being in touch with our body. And so the next one is similar to our butterfly hug and tapping, is we're going to find some tapping. So begin to tap to the top of the head. We're not touching our face right now in this time, so you can avoid touching your face and just come down to your shoulders. You can come back to that chest, down to the ribs, in towards the center. Tapping down the arms and down the legs. Awesome. So, great job. So you have done a human hug. You have done a butterfly hug. You have translated that into some tapping, which is a really good therapy. And if you really love tapping, I encourage you, I'll put the link below after I'm finished, for a great friend and amazing mentor, Holly Timberlake, and she teaches tapping. And so I'll share that link to you. So next we're going to take the idea of the tapping and we're going to turn it into everyone's favorite, a massage. So begin to feel yourself connecting with yourself for some really deep self-love. So in this time when we're keeping ourselves sort of contained and separate from many people in the public, hopefully you're having really good family time, but perhaps that you live alone like I do, and so there's a great opportunity for us here to develop our self-love practices. And so just noticing if there's a certain spot for you that needs a little bit extra of this love, this massage this morning, or whenever you're watching. Awesome. And so as we come to find these places in our spaces and our body that are communicating with us, how can we communicate back some love and some compassion? Awesome. So great work. So things are about to get a little different. Next modality that I want to share with you all is the idea that I get that inspiration from nature. And so if we look at some animals when they're fighting, especially porcupines, and we think about their quills are really up when they're agitated and when they're fighting, but how do we know when they're not? Well, what we've seen is that their quills will come down when they're relaxed, but when they come from a state of high agitation, their quills are up to a state of low agitation when they're at rest. How do they do that? Well, one of the things that they've noticed is that after they fight and after there's a conflict, they shake it off. And so we're going to shake it off. You can also think about some powwows that you may have seen or other tribes that stand around, that are dancing around a fire, and it's really robust and vibrant. So I want you to find your level of shake that feels comfortable for you. I don't have the song, Shake It Off, today, didn't prepare that, but if you've got it, let's hit pause, let's play Shake It Off, and come on to stand and shake it off. And so, this shake can be a little shake. This shake could be a big shake. So are you shaking it off? Great job. I don't know who's watching now, but hello, and I hope you had a great time shaking it off with me too. The next thing that we're going to do is called the washing machine. The washing machine is one of my favorite things to do. I do it with kids, I do it with adults. And so this combines the shaking, it combines the tapping. So it goes like this. So one of my favorite practices is to really think about the organs and think about giving some communication, some awakening to the inner organs. So let this tap be low. It can be slow. You can speed it up. You can take it up a little higher, or even higher still. I want you to speed it up as fast as you feel comfortable to do so. Tapping or keeping the hands away from the body. Once you speed it up, come to a complete stop and notice. Do you feel it? Do you feel that movement in the body? So you can do this as much as you want. You can do this throughout the day to help us wash ourselves clean, some of that stress, some of that anxiety, some of that tension. I know I'm feeling it, so I'm going to hit play on that washing machine pretty often, not just to clean all of my towels and my sheets and anything that I wear outside, but to wash emotionally. So again, we have started with a human hug, a butterfly hug. We've done some tapping. We've done some massaging. Hello all that's just joined. Well, we've taken from there, we've come to stand and we've done some shaking. And then we've turned that into our washing machine where we've integrated our shaking and our tapping. And so now we're going to shift. Hola! Now we're going to shift a little bit from that into what is maybe our more traditional yoga practice. So we're going to do our sun salutation. I'm going to teach you today our ZenWorks yoga version of sun salutation. This is what we do. I do this with our students from grade 3 to 8 is this sequence. So for you all, we have a little bit of the Beatles. I don't know how the sound is going, so all of you that are listening live, you can let me know how does the sound, and I'll try to do my best to improve. Remember, this is the first time I've ever done anything like it, and I'm really grateful for your support. All right, here we go. This is what we're gonna do. Here we go, we start in mountain pose. Take a big breath in, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale it down, step back the left foot. We're finding a right foot lunge. Take a big breath in here. Exhale it out. Inhale the right foot back, coming into your plank. Exhale, lower down, crocodile, knees down, elbows hug in. Lower the chest to the ground. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra pose. And then exhale, turn the bottoms of your toes down, find table. Lift your knees, downward dog. Inhale, look up, step up the left foot. Exhale, back foot forward fold. Take an inhale up here, halfway lift. Exhale, root down, rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, mountain. We're going to pause the music so that you can be sure to hear my cues. And we'll take that round of sun salutation one more time. Here we go. Mountain, feeling your feet on the earth, strong and stable, solid like a rock. Inhale, reach up to tall mountain. Exhale, fold down, softly bend your knees as you bow down. Inhale up halfway, the knees can stay bent or they can be straight. And find a halfway lift this way or this way. Next is our right leg lunge. Take a nice inhale here and exhale. Inhale to your plank. So plank is a nice strong line. Press the earth away with your hands, belly button to the sky. And then we'll slowly exhale and lower down the knees, elbows hug in. And then inhale to your cobra. Exhale to your table. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, look up, step up the left leg. So we're back to a left leg lunge. On an exhale, the back foot meets and final fold. Root your feet down and then inhale, rise up all the way. Big breath in, back to our tall mountain. Exhale your hands. Beautiful. How's that feeling? Those that are on, welcome. And we'll try that one more time. We will flow with the sound of the music. Here we go. Sun salutation, Zen. Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you feel if your heartbeat started to elevate at all? Awesome, you're alive. So one of the great practices and tools that we have is of really bringing some conscious breath. And so if your heart is racing from doing the sun salutation with me or reading the news or preparing for some retreat time at home, just notice that breath. Notice that heartbeat and notice the ability that you have to control it. What is in your control? Take a big breath in, big breath out. And I want you to think about noticing as you breathe, how much can you fill up that's comfortable, that's supportive. And so we're going to try a couple different yoga breath counts to see what's comfortable for you. At first, I want you to think about counting to the number 3. We're going to take our breath in for a count of 3 and a breath out for a count of 3. And so 3 breath in, count, 3 breath out, and a count. And so we'll begin now. Take that breath in and the breath out. Again, together, breathe it in. 3, 2, 1. Breath out. 1, 2, 3. Again, 3, 2, 1. Out. 1, 2, 3. Now we'll try the count of 4. And so get yourself settled. And we'll breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how that felt. Notice the difference between your 3 count and your 4 count and what you prefer. We'll introduce now a 5 count. In Zen works, we call it take 5 breath. It also can be referred to as balancing breath as we do this. We're breathing in for 5 and we're breathing out for 5. And so we'll start together on the breath in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Together again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it again. And then which did you prefer? How was it feeling for you? Did you like the 3 count, the 4 count, the 5 count, or did you feel like you needed something else? So I'm going to ask that we take this time to really settle in for ourselves and notice what count feels natural and true to you. And so take that count in and out, beginning now. So notice what your count was. Notice if it was even on the inhale and the exhale. Perhaps I noticed for me that I wanted to exhale a little longer. And so exhaling a little longer can bring a little more calm to the nervous system, and to the mind, and to the heart, to lower things back down. And so the practice of yoga is about self-study. It's about coming to be in touch and connected to your mind, to your heart, connected here in the space that you dwell in 24/7, and then also to be aware of your presence to the space around you. So the next that we're going to do is we're going to come to think about some statements. Some statements that I've written here, maybe you have your own, but of a wish that you have. May I be at peace. May that peace ripple around me. Again, recognizing that this begins with me. And then once I've had that self-study and we recognize my place here, I allow that to spread out. And so may I be at peace. May I let that peace ripple around me. May, in this time and all the times, may I care for myself and those around me with big love. That was the heart there. And so to help us remember these statements, I have for us a little meditation. And so this meditation, you may be familiar with the idea of tapping one finger to the thumb. And so begin to connect your thumb to your first finger, to your second finger, to your third finger, and your fourth finger. Again, thumb to first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. This time we're going to start to add a mantra, a statement. And so for today, it's peace begins with me. Peace on the first finger, begin the second finger, with third finger, me, fourth finger. And so we're going to do this mantra a few times. We'll do it 3 times together, and then 2 times silently on our own. And so I'm going to scoot back so that you can see that what I'm doing is I'm placing my palms up, and I'm placing them onto my knees. There we go. And so again, first finger, peace, begin, second finger, with, fourth finger, me. 2 more times together, peace, begins, with, me. Peace, begins, with, me. Keep going 2 more times, yourself, out loud or internally. I want you to notice. I want you to notice what your breathing patterns were with that. You can always play, going back to what we talked about before of your count of breath. And you could do one word, breath in, one word, breath out. The next word, breath in, next word, breath out. Or you can play with that. Anything that feels right and true for you. That's what this is all about. The next that we're going to do is we're going to shift a little bit. I hope it's okay. We're going to come back to stand, and we're going to find a warrior pose. We're going to take a warrior two pose, and then we're going to turn it into reverse warrior, which is also peaceful warrior. And now that we've cultivated within us this peaceful quality, let's carry it through to some of our poses. And so to stand, I want you to start your right foot, and your right foot is going to face the short side of your mat, or if you're not on a mat, that's just fine. We'll take our right set of toes directly towards me. Your left set of toes are going to be facing the long side of your mat. So you can look down and see that your toes are facing the long side of the mat, or you can turn them slightly in a little bit towards that front left corner of the mat. I'm going to invite you to take a notice that you can see your big toe, knee is going to track towards the baby toe side of the foot. Allow yourself to turn and face the long side of the mat. Take your hands from your hips. Notice your hips and your shoulders stacked. And then take a look from fingertip to fingertip. Ensure that you have a straight line as best as you're able. Take a nice inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, settle into your warrior two. Look over those fingertips that are over the knee. Take another breath in and a breath out. One more time together here for a third breath in and breath out. The next inhale, flip your palm up, reach it up and back, and we're going to find ourselves into peaceful warrior. As you come to this peaceful warrior, you can allow your hands to be stretched long, or perhaps for you, you would feel better bending the elbow, or maybe this other hand can wrap around to your front hip. Keep that bend in your front knee. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Soften the jaw and the toes and the fingers. 2 more breaths. Another breath here together. And then inhaling back up to warrior two. And then step it back to your mountain. You need to shake that out. We did our practice earlier of shaking it out. And then just come back to your mountain. Feel how that feels. Any sensations that you're feeling on one side of the body and how it might be different on the other side of the body. And then we're going to do that on the second side. So allow one knee. I'm starting with the left knee. I know this might be awkward because I'm not sure how you're seeing this at home, but I'm on my left now. And I'm allowing those toes to be the short side of my mat. My right toes are more or less directly towards the long side of the mat with a slight angle up to the front right corner. Allowing myself to turn, find yourself here, stacking shoulders over hips. And then fingertip to fingertip. We're finding 3 breaths, so allow yourself to breathe in, tall, lifting up. Exhale, settling into the bend in the knee. Inhale, lengthen up. Keep that knee bent and then settle just a little more. Another breath together. The next inhale, flip that left palm, reach it up and back. We're finding what's called peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out. Again, 2 more breaths. Maybe those arms start to bend and you're like hugging yourself around your back. Another breath in together. And a breath out. Inhale back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down and forward and then step back. Step up with the back leg or back with the front leg and then inhale, rise up. Exhale your hands, come to your heart. Take a moment here to again feel any differences along each side of the body, and then come to balance. Our next pose is going to be a balancing pose. If before you do that, you feel that you need to do any of that shake out, any of that tapping that we did before, any of that wild shaking, allow yourself to take it, and then we're going to allow us to come back to mountain. Take your time, find the true you and what works for you today. When you're ready, we're going to begin to kickstand the right foot out. Keep those toes on the ground. And imagine now that you are a tree. Imagine beneath you, as my wise friend Elena, maybe she's watching, getting her PhD in biomimicry. As she's taught me, is that there's 3 to 4 times the amount of tree below ground than there is above ground. That's a whole lot supporting that tree. That's just like you and me. There's a whole lot that can be seen as supporting us. So feel that support now. Allow yourself to feel rooted and connected. Maybe as you inhale, the next time the foot comes higher. As you exhale, you feel yourself root deeper. Another inhale, maybe the foot comes higher or the hands expand. As you exhale, it's a chance to get rooted. As you inhale, it's a chance to lengthen and lift. Take another breath here. Beautiful job, finding yourself with the strength and stability, the resiliency of a tree. Perhaps if you've fallen, you've reminded yourself that you can just get back up. Maybe you want to play a little and just test yourself here, noticing just how strong you really are, and then come back down. Again, use this opportunity to notice the differences of what you've cultivated in your body on the left side and the right side. Noticing those differences, let's see if we can try to find balance and symmetry. Begin to start with that kickstand, toes on the earth. Feel that sense of support beneath you. Again, so much that's underground supporting us to be strong and stable above ground. Notice that support. Imagine those roots coming in all directions, great lengths, great depth. Come back to you here. Finding the breath. Allow the breath to help you root down on the exhale. Inhale on and lift on the inhale. Exhale, feel yourself root. Maybe another inhale and lift. Exhale and root. Inhale and lift. Exhale and root. Find a couple more breaths. Feeling those 2 differences of breath. If you're having trouble with your balance, notice where the eyes and the mind are going. See if they can be fixated on one thing. Perhaps you've fallen out and you can allow yourself to come back to the kickstand or right back to where you were, but no need. Just allow yourself to fall and enjoy the process of coming back to you. Both feet can come down and notice what you've cultivated in your body and in your mind. If you need to shake anything out, you're expert at shaking it out now. And so I'm so grateful that you're here and that we've been able to do this practice together. And so there's a few more things that I wanted to share for us in this time. You can revisit this video and any aspects that really are calling to you. And as we begin to come down onto our mats, if there's something in particular that you feel that your body is needing, I really believe in helping my students to find their own true nature, finding what works for you. And so perhaps you wanted to come and transition like I am in tiptoe pose, allowing your toes to be on the ground, your heels lifted. Perhaps you want to take this a little wider into a squat. Sinking down. You can also be on a block. Maybe for you, that's a few blocks. The elbows can connect with the knees, allowing some isometric hugging. So knees are pressing into the elbows and the elbows into the knees. Palms can come to the heart space. Sitting up tall. Exhale, moving. And then we'll transition to a seat, letting your legs be long. As you let your legs be long, notice your toes. If your toes can be back up towards your nose, not too much of an extreme because we don't want to hyperextend the knees. So keep a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, lift your hands up overhead. And notice your heart space here. Let your heart radiate forward and up. And then leading with your heart, allow yourself to bow forward. If you have blocks, you can place your hands onto the blocks. Or you can simply begin to let your hands fall onto the earth. I'm going to invite you to stay by your knees as opposed to reaching towards your toes. And allow yourself to fold over. Find an inhale and lengthen up. Lengthen through the spine. And if this is agitating in any way, you can also place a blanket underneath your seat. Inhale and lengthen up. Exhale, bow into you, leading with your heart here, allowing yourself to let the hands just be gentle, falling by the knees, the calf. Inhale up, halfway. Exhale and down. We'll do all that again. So inhale, sweep it up. Exhale and bow, leading with your heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and bow. Inhale, allowing yourself to come back up to your seats, palms to your heart. And so beautiful job. This practice helps us to connect with our heart, for allowing us to bring that sense of love and peace all throughout our body and our mind, and then allow it to ripple to all those around us. So this practice is about coming to a place of caring for yourself, and then allowing that care and that love, that peace to radiate all around us. And so I have just a few more offerings for us here. We're going to shift onto our back and allow ourselves to come to a little bit of stillness and settle. Taking any time to integrate all that we've practiced together today. Remembering that we've done the human self-hug, the butterfly hug. We've done some tapping. We've done some massaging. We've done some shaking. We've done our sun salutations. We've done our breathing. We've done our mantra. We've done a few amazing poses like Warrior Two and Peaceful Warrior. And we've done our forward fold that allows us to lead with our heart. And so as we transition onto our back, what is called Shavasana or Svedasana, also in ZenWorks Yoga, we call it Zen pose. So taking that form that works for you, you can stay sitting if that works. You can allow yourself to transition onto your back, onto your belly. If you're on your back, you can let your legs be long and flat on the mat, or perhaps you want them bent. As we come here, and invite you to perhaps come back to your mantra. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Again, noticing for you the rhythm of this count, noticing if the legs are long or bent. What will support you? Find 2 more rounds of your mantra. And then the next exercise that we have is a little tiny segment that I've taken from my amazing Yin and Yoga Nidra yoga instructor, Kate Cuss. So hi Kate, if you're watching. And so we're gonna do some counting of the breath. We're gonna start from the number 10, and we're gonna go down to the number 1. We're gonna count the breath on the inhale and on the exhale. And so it sounds like this: 10 breath in, 10 breath out. 9 breath in, 9 breath out. And so you're going to do this in your Shavasana, in your Zen pose. We're going to count from the number 10 to the number 1. If you get lost or distracted anywhere along the way, that's fine. Just come back to starting at the number 10. If you finish all the way down to 1 before I finish, come back to the number 10 and begin again. We're going to count from 10 to 1 on the inhale and the exhale. Take a notice to your breath and begin your practice now. I'm going to invite you to notice what number count you're on. Not judging, not being hard on yourself, full love and compassion, full acknowledgement of your breath, of your focus, of your breath, your focus, yourself. Taking some time now to scan the body. Notice how the body feels connected onto the earth, connected beneath the sky. And then drawing your awareness to any place in the body that you feel a sense of peace, a sense of ease. Where do you feel that peace and that ease in your body and your mind now? Noticing if there's one space or multiple spaces that you can feel that peace and ease. Acknowledging that space. See if you can allow that space to grow throughout your whole body, in every crevice and department of your brain. Feeling that peace truly does begin with me. And then when you're ready, bring some movement to your fingers, your toes, your ankles and wrists, your head. And then slowly making our way to our right side. Using that right arm as a pillow, the knees can be slightly bent. And taking a moment here to find some gratitude. Gratitude for any peace and ease, any sense of well-being that you've been able to cultivate here within yourself. Or here. Or here. And so acknowledging what you've been able to create and cultivate within yourself. Using that same thoughtfulness, that same mindfulness as we carry ourselves up to a comfortable seat. Sitting onto a block or to a blanket. Eyes can be closed or looking down. Letting our hands come to our heart or to our knees or somewhere in between. Acknowledging this peace within ourselves. Acknowledging that we can allow this peace, this kindness, this care to ripple out to all those around us. And so, may you be at peace. May you be at ease. May you be well and cared for physically and mentally, emotionally, in this time and always. With so much love and gratitude, together we say, Namaste. So I want to thank you all that popped in for a listen, for a look, for those that are watching later. And so my name is Miss Lisa, and you can find me at onetreelove.com. You can find me in the woods or in water. You can find me here at this studio when we reopen Namaste Yoga Studio in Northfield. If you're one of my students that you are able to see me in school, I will see you so soon when schools reopen with ZenWorks Yoga. And so from my heart to yours, may you be well, physically, mentally, emotionally, in these times and always. Much love.